right, next game, man. And I know this is a game that the homie wants to get in on, man. Eagles hold on against Rams 28-22. I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm sick. I have to watch the final piece of the puzzle of the NFC East puzzle make it to a conference championship before the Dallas Cowboys have since 1996. The other three teams in the division have all made a conference championship before the Dallas Cowboys since 1996. I am sick. I am morbid. I am tired of this shit. The Eagles, that piece of shit city, does not deserve a consistent championship quality team like this. Like, give that to something like Cleveland or something, bro. You know, real bottom feeders, dog. The Eagles, though, Philly doesn't deserve this level of professionalism, this level of excellence, this level of consistency. It burns me, Rod. It pains me to see Jalen Hurts waddle and dawdle his way to another conference championship, dog. Like, I'm happy
He
for
gets away
Saquon
again,
because
man.
I'm happy for sports and I'm happy for excellent football players. So I'm happy for Saquon. That's it. Fuck Jalen Carter. Fuck Nick Braun. Fuck Quinyon Mitchell. CJ Gardner Johnson. Fuck everybody, dog. They don't deserve it. Philly doesn't deserve this. They fucking threw snowballs at fucking Santa Claus, dog. That city don't deserve this shit. So mad.
Disrespectful.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad. But
Listen, Herb, I understand.
all
I
right.
understand.
To break the game down though, excellent game. Playing in the elements, man. It really affects stuff, man. Like Jesus
You
Christ,
know what?
dog.
You know what, Herbie? I love that aspect of football. I love when teams are playing in the snow, teams are playing in the rain, because that's when you see the wonkiest shit. You know what I mean? Like you get to see guys slipping, fumbles happening. Cooper DeJean had like a fumble on he almost fucked up big time on a kick return, punt return. But look, Herbie, overall, like you said, this was a great game to watch, right? And imagine, Herbie, the Rams this summer are going to be seeing Saquon in their dreams because this motherfucker had 2 games where he rushed for 200 yards on you in the same
In the same
season.
season. Knock
Like
on wood.
they're gonna have him in his and Herbie. I just gotta say, man, Saquon Barkley just might just here come the Bills fans, man. Here comes the Josh Allen for MVP. Here come the Bills fans. Oh my God. Bills Mafia's not gonna know how to act, man, if they
Yeah,
win.
bro.
Oh
You know how,
my
bro,
goodness,
Home
dog.
Depot is gonna be sold out of fucking tables, bro. They're selling out of tables as we speak, bro. Do you know how many people are going through
Uh,
tables right now in East New York, East Upper New York, dog? Like, oh my god, man. DeMar Hamlin is his bad heart stuff with Derek Lewis is Derek Lewis? It's a story of legend. Yeah. You're right. The
yeah.
backup running back. Yeah, Derrick Lewis. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, like if I don't know if you were here for the entire conversation, John Paul, but our biggest takeaway from it was we don't really think anybody lost. Somebody just had to lose that game, but it was a great game and we were excited for it all together, man. No table in the USA is safe tonight.
What? But
That is true,
Bills Mafia TLCs all night, man.
bro.
Niggas is
Home
hitting swanton
Depot,
bombs all night off of
Lowe's,
trailers. Off of
fucking
trailers, dog. Off of
fucking
trailers.
Home Depot, Lowe's. What's the other one, bro? The bootleg
Harbor
one,
Freight.
Harbor
Harbor.
Freight, bro.
Yeah,
You will
yeah,
not find a table in the entire state of New York. That shit's gonna be on back order to fucking
yeah.
March. Back to the Eagles though, man. Eagles and Rams. It was a great game. Like this was just a great weekend, dog. Like it was a
Yeah.
great
Divisional
weekend.
weekend is arguably always the greatest playoff weekend, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Usually.
You're getting high
Yeah.
level games and it's fun, man. It's super fun, bro. So, what's your biggest takeaway? Well, I know you were getting to the point about the Eagles and Saquon going to haunt the Rams and fans of LA for years after this performance. Dog. This was stuff for legends. This was lore making. this added to the lore that he already created for this entire season. But go on, what were you saying?
Yeah, I mean, Saquon, he's had an incredible season. For him to have a game like this in a moment like this, like you gotta think about it, Herbie. Like sometimes, shout out to John Paul. You already know wrestling reference. But yeah, Herbie, when it comes down to what the Eagles have been able to do, what Saquon has been able to do, Herbie, like his name could be up there with some of the greatest running backs of all time if the Eagles could actually seal the deal on this. Shout out to the homie Matt, real Eagles fan since day one, since I known him. Um, but Herbie, you know what actually impressed me the most? Because we already know what Saquon and that offensive line could do for the Eagles. Their defense, Herbie. The Eagles, that to me, if you're an Eagles hater, that's what would scare me the most, Herbie. That defense, Herbie, night game after game after game is able to lock guys down. Like it's just yeah, the Rams were able to score 22 points, but they held the Rams to 15 points most of the game, Herbie. Um this like the Eagles are one of the most I don't think this is hyperbole. Like I think I'm being 100% real here, Herbie. In like the 25 to 30 years I've been watching football, the Eagles are probably one of the most complete teams I've ever seen. Like the only thing about it is they have a quarterback who's an excellent runner that you don't trust him to throw the ball. Like I'm watching Jalen Hurts throwing a double coverage in the end zone, and I'm just like, wow, like talk about a guy who's in the best situation a quarterback could ever be in, right? But you look at the running game, the offensive line, the receivers, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goddard, like I'm watching these guys in this game, Herb, and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, if the Eagles had somebody just slightly better than Jalen Hurts, they'd be one of the scariest teams we've ever seen. And it goes back to what we always say, Herbie. And I know some of Jalen Hurts fans don't like to hear this, but he does hold the team back, in my opinion. Like he holds them back because I watch the Eagles and I'm not as scared of them as I could be without him. Now, Matt, you're an Eagles fan. I don't know how you feel about Jalen Hurts. Maybe you can enlighten me on how you feel. But when it comes to the Eagles, Herbie, if they I'll put it to you like this: if the Eagles go to the Super Bowl, they're not gonna have the better quarterback, no matter who the fuck comes out of the AFC. So just thinking about that just makes me think like, damn. I mean, could they have the better team? You could argue, yeah. I mean, like there's almost no weaknesses or holes in that team. Oh, John Paul Smith, I see what you did there, man. I see what you did, man. I see what you did there, man. I see what you did there, man. Hey, man, we ain't got to talk about Tua, man.
We definitely don't. We definitely don't.
We
Okay,
don't got
so
to talk
to
about Tua.
to wrap it up on this end, and this is gonna come back full circle because this goes back to the point that you're making when it comes to the Detroit Lions, right? Like when you lose coordinators, you lose scheme, and you lose everything right now. Like the obvious drop off coincides with the Eagles no longer having Shane Steichen. He went to Indianapolis Colts. Jalen Hurts forgot how to play football. He forgot how to play quarterback, right? Like
Crazy,
so
crazy.
we forget about all these moving parts. Like Jalen Hurts might have had the perfect coordinator that just understood him and vice versa, and they worked together. Without Shane Steichen, he just might never be that guy that we saw in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, who was the best player on the field, opposite of Patrick Mahomes. Right? Like it just might be the situation. But I will say this: if anybody who's a Jalen Hurts fan, I listen. We of course, I want to kick his back end. He's an Eagle. I get off to kicking his back end. Pause. However, stop lying to yourselves. He's clearly the weakest link, and he's clearly limiting ultimately what you guys could ultimately be. It is what it is, man. Uh,